Hi, good morning, welcome down to Devon Koi Pond. Down here today, slightly sunny, slightly cloudy, but got solar coming in, enough to run the pond. Fish are well up for their food. Been a lovely week down here this week. Don't know what the pond temperature is today, I haven't looked, but I'm going to give you a run over the filters today and how they let me know that they need a clean. The easy pods haven't been cleaned for a week, and I've got foams in the end that literally tell me that they need a clean, and then the system needs a clean. So let's pop over and have a look at that a second. As you can see, the fish are well keen, well up for anything you can give them. Greedy little beggars, especially the chags. Got the skimmer going, nice and chatterier. Vortex running away. So we cleaned that one last week. It's going to want to clean again now. But this is where we're at with the two easy pods. This one's backing up, nearly at its overflow. This one's got a way to go yet, but it's nearly there. This is what the two moving beds move like most of the time. But what I need to clean this week, which will drop the level through everything, is I've got 3 grades of foam in the last filter there. The ones that came with it originally. They need a clean them, and it'll drop the water all the way back through all 5 pots. But they're all going to get a clean. You can see here, this is my skimmer. It comes in here into the second pod. I've usually got a filter sock or bag on the end of it, collect the worst of it. I've just taken that one off because that one wants swapping over, and I'm going to clean these 2 pods anyway. If you look down in under here, I'm on this air pump that's hiding down in here. I'm running on that one at the moment. I'll show you a little clip in a bit on the servicing I just done on that one. I actually like that pump. It's 60 watts and it's man enough to run the air stones in the pond and the 2 moving beds. The 75 litre there will do it, but it's not really enough air going in the pond, and it's nowhere near as man as the pump, the big one. So I'm going to clean all this, and then I'll come back to you afterwards, and we'll see how the levels have dropped. So catch you all in a minute. Hi, so in here today we're doing a little bit of a service on this one. It was out running the pond all through the winter. I serviced them both right at the start of the winter, but this one was running all winter. The other pump hasn't been used. That one's out there running the pond now, the moving beds and putting air in the pond. So I've got this one sat around at the moment. It's going to go back on the pond, but I'm going to give it a service before. Now I know a lot of people don't like touching their own stuff, but these, the minimum you should do is replace the foam on the top of the filter, give it a clean, or replace it. But they're quite simple to work on, and I'll give you a quick look inside this one. So as you can see, that was a quick unbolt. So down here in this one, it's a diaphragm pump. So it pushes from side to side through 2 diaphragms. Simple as that, blows air out. Now inside these, there's a couple of flat rubber one-way valves. So it pushes one way, traps the air, pulls back, and so on and so on and so on. It builds up pressure and pushes it out. Simple as that. Now you do get dust in them. This one's well old. It came second hand from a mate up in Wales, Welsh cowboy. Hope you're still around and still doing well. But it gets a little bit of rust dust in this one. So I've taken the 2 covers off, taken them in, give them a swill out under the tap, dried them out, cleaned them out, and reassembled it. But this is the kind of minimum thing you want to do to these. I haven't got a clue who makes this pump. This one's donkey's years old, still going strong. It chucks out like a Trojan. It must throw out 190, 200 litres. It's a fantastic pump, but it uses 60 watts. So it's fair thirsty on the electric. But with the solar, I can afford to run it. And it really stirs the water up in the pond. So it's a nice pump. But don't be afraid to take these apart and have a look. Diaphragm kits are available for most of the decent pumps. But you want to give it an inspection and a clean at least once or twice a year. It's worth looking inside it. It's a thing, it runs 24/7 and it takes a little bit of care. And they aren't cheap. The good ones cost a few quid. This one's quite quiet in its use. And hopefully it'll serve me well for a good few more years. So that's a quick overview of this. Let's get back outside and see what's going on there. Well, so as you can see down here today, we've had a couple of chilly nights. The temperature goes up during the day. We're at 14.8 at the moment. Yesterday, end of the day, we were 18. It dropped down overnight. So, while you were gone, I've cleaned out the vortex. Cleaned out 2 easy pods. They're both been done. Boiled them both twice. Everything's back up and running at the same speed it was. 2 moving beds. Still running too high. So, you look down the end. The last pot is still well up. This is the one that actually needs cleaning. Take those foams out, give them a clean, and we'll be hey nanny nanny, and everything will drop back down to a decent level in here. So I'll do that a second and then I'll show you it again. So there we are. Clean the foams in the last filter. What it is I haven't got the filter mat on the end of it at the moment. I'm using the foams. I'm waiting for a bit more filter quotes to arrive. So I stick the foams in the end. Surprising what that pulls out before it gets into the alpha grog in that pot. Let's give you a bit of a close-up of it. You see the water's a good 2 inches lower than it was before, and it equals across these pots as well. It all drops down about 2 inches. I'll put a bag back on the end of skimmer here in a minute. Show you that, what I actually do with that. So what I've got is a lot of these bags, 150 micron. Stick one of those over the end of it, and that usually wants swapping all once a week. It's usually enough on that. So let me stick that on a minute and I'll show you. So there, I just stick a bag on the end of that. It takes out the worst of it then, because the bottom drain's running through 2 easy pods, the skimmer's only running through 1. So that's that for another week. They won't need doing for another week now. I hope you're all enjoying self-isolation, lockdown at home. I'm enjoying it. The fish are certainly enjoying it. Certainly stirred everything up here a bit now. It'll take a while to clear. But you definitely need ample air coming into your pond. Ample air, ample food. Nice happy fish. Good water being the first thing. Looks like the whole carp pox is starting to disappear on the smaller ones here. So, from down here in Devon this week, we've come to a finish on this week's video. I'll be popping out another one next week. Hope your weather's been as good as this has been down here. Absolutely boiling today. Can't wait to get my top off. As you can see, I'm showing my feminine side today. All's cool. Right. Happy ponding and bye from Devon.